Welcome to episode 2 of our 5 episode series. Perfectionism is killing your edge. If you have not yet, go back to our first episode and go listen to what I just recorded, just dropped, I should say, what I just dropped, which is about how you're living in the comfort zone and your soul is screaming for more. And she is sick of you holding back. She's tired of you living in that. I should just be grateful. If you have not yet, go back and listen to that episode. Before we get into episode 2, reminder that Academy is enrolling 50 first founding members at 50% off. If you have not yet joined, click the link below. If you want more information, go back to the first episode. I talked more in depth about what it is, but honestly, at the end of 5 episodes, you will know if it's for you. You will know. You'll be like, I'm ready to change my whole life. I'm ready to walk into the fire. I'm ready for my death and rebirth, and I'm ready to level the fuck up, and you will know. And what's really interesting is a lot of the women, most of the women, I should say, that I call into my world are already spiritual, psychic. They've been through NLP, hypno training, certifications, life coach training, therapists, even. Some of the most self-aware people who do personal development and have said, this was not the inner work that I was expecting. This was the most life-changing, transformational work I have literally ever done. I will never see things the same after this. And that's the truth. That's what I do between shadow work and alchemizing your identity for being an empire builder and leader and to make lots of money and have lots of success and make lots of impact. You must change your identity. You must face your shadows and regulate your nervous system and embody your work. I this is a non-negotiable in my world that you must embody your work, which means you must walk the walk, you must lead, you must be doing the thing that you're asking other people to do. And if you're not embodied in your work, people will know. People can feel it. People will not buy from you. People will not want to work with you because people can read that energy. And so in my world, you are embodied in your work. You do the things you ask other people to do. You're not just good at marketing and sales. You literally are good at changing lives. You must be good at changing lives to be in my world. And so, if that is you, this is the space for you because I'm going to take you through the biggest, best death and rebirth you've ever experienced. You're going to come out on the other side a totally different woman in your fucking power. And I will tell you, when you do this shit, it feels so good. It answers all the questions you have about business and direction. You have more downloads. You are having better ideas. You're more creative. Your energy just lights the fuck up and people want to be around it. You become magnetic as fuck, which is honestly the key to success, joy, happiness, and fuck you money. And that is what we do here. So if that is you, join the academy. Otherwise, let's get into today's episode, which is perfectionism is killing your fucking edge. Killing it. Your high standards are keeping you fucking broke. Here's the thing about this. I love talking about this topic from the lens I'm going to talk about it today because for some of you, you either know you're a perfectionism and you make excuses, or you don't think you're a perfectionist. And I'm about to blow that shit out of the water today. Here's the thing. You probably don't think you're a perfectionism, or maybe not, because you literally do all the things. Like you still show up and you still post on social media and you still do your launches and you still sell, right? You're not allergic to doing the things. Like I guarantee you do all of the things, but your butthole is clenched so fucking tight. You probably have to see a pelvic floor specialist 3 times a week. You're like death gripping, white knuckling every single thing in your business. And honestly, the perfectionism is really just control, which I see a lot in my women who've come from trauma. It's a trauma response to need to, and I tell you this for myself, and also needing to see the pelvic floor specialist, is you need to control everything. Like your launches have to go a certain way. And if the numbers aren't like exactly what you projected, like it's not good enough, or like you spiral out of control. And I guarantee there's a level of like shame. So, like, let's say someone, like people are unfollowing you, someone asks certain questions, right? It's not going perfectly to your standards. Shame, like you're shaming yourself. Maybe your text starts to glitch, you lose your shit, right? If it's not perfect, you failed. And that energy is literally killing your edge, your magic, your flow, your ease, because people can literally they can feel the rigidness. They can feel the like, I know I'm better than you energy. do it my way or you're wrong. And honestly, it's not magnetic at all. It's exhausting. People don't want to be in someone else's world when they can feel this like performing control. Because when you're performing control and everything is it has its place and everything's put together and everything's perfect and everything has a place, they're like afraid to touch anything. They're like, ugh. I know you guys know what this is like. My mom used to be this way. She used to be really bad about this, which is like you go to someone's house and it's like, take your shoes off. I mean, really, you should take your shoes off. That's fucking disgusting. But take your shoes off, like wash your feet at the door, or wash your hands. Don't touch anything. Everything's in its perfect place. You try to help them in the kitchen. They're like, no, it doesn't go there. Just let me do it. Right? You're like walking on eggshells and like you're trying to help, but you can't really help because they're like, no, this is not the perfect place for it. Use a coaster. That is like you feel the rigidness, right? Like you feel that energy of like, Jesus Christ, everything has its place. Don't touch anything. That's how it feels when people look at your business. Sure, it's polished. Sure, it's put together. Sure, you have great client delivery and your graphics look great and everything is organized and you're so great at every single thing. Cool. But people don't want to actually work with people who act like that. They don't want to work with someone who is so fucking rigid. I know everything. I'm better than you. I have my whole life together because they don't feel like there's connection. They don't feel like, oh, this is like super magnetic and I can't wait to be a part of it. And it doesn't feel like there's room or permission for like error. There's not permission for like, okay, well maybe this doesn't work for me and it works for you, but like how do I make this work for me? Right? People want to have a level of like freedom in their own lives and businesses, and so what happens is when you repel off that energy of like rigidness and perfection, people don't want to work with you, or the people that you do call in are going to be nightmares of clients because they're going to mirror back to you all the things that you either are doing and or you don't like. And I specifically remember I had a client a while back who was a perfectionism. Like, I have never seen perfectionism to this level. I mean, don't get me wrong, she had systems and organization for every single thing that she did, but it was so rigid, she was uncoachable. I could never coach her. She always knew more than me. She always knew better than me. She knew everything. There was nothing I could tell her or give her, even when she asked questions, because she knew everything. And it was exhausting for her, me, and everyone in the room because there was space being taken up by someone who was a know-it-all because their perfectionism required them to know every single thing and never be seen as an actual real human with real thoughts and real feelings, and to she could not be seen to mess up. She could not be seen in making a mistake, which is honestly where all of your growth is. And everything had to be so perfect that it took her so long to do things. Everything was scripted. Everything had to be like this way and this way in this order, that things were taking her like three times, five times as long as they would take me. Like, it's not that serious. Like, this one piece of content is not going to do or die your business, right? And honestly, it was like the podcast was scripted. And I was like, okay, I can tell the podcast is scripted. So it's not like enjoyable to listen to. Like, it was exhausting. Like, I was exhausted just from coaching this person, let alone being a client or in their world. And everyone they called in was extremely rigid in that way, right? They're having that mirrored back to them. So now, not only is perfectionism killing your edge and your magic and your flow and your magnetism of like people being like, fuck, like I want to be in that person's world, it's now killing your coachability, which is killing how much money you can make. It's now killing how much time things take for them to be done, which is killing how much money you're going to make. And that is the place that stifles all of your magic, all of your things, right? Because it's really like you're white knuckling every single thing. And that level of control cannot allow you to grow. It simply doesn't, because in order to scale, in order to go to multi six figures, you're going to have to let shit go. You are. You're going to have to let go of control. You're going to have to hire a team and trust your team and not micromanage your team because your team doesn't want to be micromanaged, right? And you have to be able to pivot quickly when things don't work. And you can't pivot quickly when things don't work when you're in this mind drama of like it had to go this one way. When you really step into your empire brain, your business brain, your scaling brain, you're looking for solutions at all times. And so instead of going to this place of like, it has to be this way, black and white, control, perfectionism in a box, you're looking at it from this place of like, okay, how do we just fix this problem? Okay, how do we just pivot out of this and make it better? Right? And honestly, if you stay in perfectionism that long and control that long, it will start to affect your physical body. I know this from my own life, right? And you have to be able to fail fast so that you can move quicker to make more money and fix the shit. And honestly, too, you have to start trying shit that might not work. You have to be willing to try shit for a period of time that might not work to truly know if it works or doesn't work. And you also need to be wrong sometimes. I know that's that's a hard one, but I will never forget. I heard a coach say, "Do you want to be right or do you want to be rich?" And I will tell you right now, I want to be rich. And so being rich will require me to be wrong sometimes. It will require me to be the person that is capable of being coached. The reason I'm telling you this, as far as like why this matters in this series for Breadwinner Energy Academy, is because number one, if this is you, you need to go do shadow work because we need to get to the root of why do you have control issues? Why are you a perfectionist and what are you afraid of? That's number one. Number two, you really, really need to work on your capability of being coached and being wrong. This will change how much money you make. 1000%. The better you are at being coached, and the better you are at not being a know it all, the more money you will make, the faster you will grow, the faster you will scale. And if you feel capped, you feel like you're hitting a ceiling, you feel like you're making money, but it's like the same number over and over and over again, this might be an area that you need to check. Because I guarantee you're either trying to be right all the time, you're trying to look always put together and like you know every single thing, and then people don't feel connected to you at all. You are not letting go of things. You are not hiring, you're not outsourcing, you're not pivoting quick enough, you're not failing fast enough. And again, I'm going to go back to you're so afraid to be wrong. Okay. So you can stay small and stay right and be correct in the box that you've built, or you can get messy and scale and get rich. I will tell you, one of my biggest quantum leaps was from like 5 to 7K inconsistent months to a 30K launch. That was from messy, fast action. It was like almost so fast I didn't even know what I was doing. There was like no room, there was no space for control, perfectionism. Like I was just doing the thing and that worked out. And honestly, that's something I've leveraged over and over and over again is the messy, the just do it and figure it out later kind of energy got me to multi six figures. Now, I also am a huge component of like structure, systems, and keeping things like organized for freedom in the future. But in the right now, when you are like literally needing to break up with your perfectionism and break up with a lot of things that you're doing that's holding you in this small, comfortable container, that's one of them. That is one of them, is literally getting fucking messy. The truth is, I know for a fact you want more money, you want more freedom, and you want bigger impact, and you want to actually enjoy what you've built. You want to enjoy the money, enjoy the freedom, enjoy the impact, and you can't do that while you're white knuckling it. Like you literally just can't. You're not going to get it from being rigid, controlling, and your perfectionistic energy. It's killing your edge. It's killing your magic. It's killing your creativity. It's killing your flow. And creativity comes from flow. Your creativity and your magic and being magnetic and people being like, fuck, this is so good. Like I want to be in your world comes from you unclenching your fucking butthole. It literally does. And that's what it comes from. The thing is, you need to soften. You need to soften, not your standards. You need to soften your grip. You need to let it go. You also need to understand why are you gripping so tight in the first place? Is it safety? So like the control is keeping you safe and you have a hold of things. This is something that I had to work on extensively through my journey, through healing and through my PTSD. It was like control equals safety for me. Or is it that you learned that being perfect equaled being loved and being seen and being worthy? And so you only got attention when you were right and when you were perfect and you did all the things and you followed all the rules. Because if so, again, those things need to be broken up with. A lot of times I see this with like chaotic childhoods, very critical parents. This is a big one. Very, very critical parents. And sometimes your parents maybe were avoidant or they were like they would give you love and then pull back, give you love and pull back. Maybe you had to be the responsible one. Maybe you're an oldest child. Maybe it was religious upbringing that shamed you if you did not do the things that were right to be accepted by God. Um, Maybe it's past things that like you failed from before, right? However, you must learn that you have to break up with this in order to scale and in order to make bigger impact. this is what needs broken up with. You've got to let go of the perfectionism and learn to launch without needing to control outcomes and being able to like literally hold the vision without strangling it and being able to trust the process even when it's super fucking messy without grasping onto control. And I find it really interesting because some of you are spiritual, so you will say like I'm leaning back and I'm letting go and like trusting the process, but then also you're like doing seven spells and pulling tarot cards, and I'm like, but you're trying to control something and like get answers because you need to know. And I also know because of like my, again, my own self, this is how I know this stuff, right? But you need to learn that. You'll have to lead without micromanaging every detail, which means that you will have to trust other people, trust your team. Have to even hire a team and then trust and let go and allow them to do things. Holding up your standards without making everyone else feel like they're not good enough and they're failing. So without the rigidness, and learn to be embodied. When you're embodied in your work and you can allow yourself to be a human and messy and imperfect while also embodying, like, I'm really fucking good at what I do, that is your magic. That is the sweet spot where every person will be like, holy shit, you're incredible. I love your work. This is so good. You see me, you hear me. All of the things come from being embodied in the crosswalk of allowing yourself to be a messy human who makes mistakes because that's what humans do, and also showing people your magic and your fire. And that's what we do. And so when you go through Academy and you learn to break up with this, you actually launch and enjoy it. My last launch did not go to plan at all, like not even close. And I had a really great launch, like energetically. And now I took some time. I took a break because I scheduled my things in advance, and I took a break, and then I'm rolling into our next thing and I feel really good about it and I feel really excited about it. And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so exciting." And that launch has now prepared me for next year's mastermind launch where I'm like, "Holy shit, I'm about to blow this bitch out of the water." But it did not go to plan whatsoever. So you finally actually enjoy your launches and you don't white knuckle them. And for me, I didn't change anything in the launch. It wasn't going to plan. I didn't change anything. I just let the launch go. I collected the data and I was like, okay, cool. Now we can prepare for the next launch. And it felt so good. It's like, sure, yeah, it didn't go to plan. That sucks. But like, let's move on and use this for information for later. And you will hit your goals. And when you hit them, it will actually feel better than white knuckling your goals. You will be able to lead better. You'll be able to be a better leader to your team, your partner, your family, your clients, because you're not being psychotic. And you will be able to build and scale your empire without burning out. So, okay, if you are feeling like, ooh, this is me, this is a gut punch, I'm feeling this, and you want to rise from your ashes into your empire era, this is the one. If you're like, shit, this is freaking me. Number one, come over to social media or the vault. The vault is my free community. Come tell me what part of this is like, "Ooh, this is me. I feel this." And keep listening because we have episode 3 coming up about why you're invisible. And then join as a founding member to our academy for 50% off. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in episode 3.